Now, targeted ICE raids are underway in Chicago. Take a look at some video. This was the scene in parts of Chicago yesterday. You can see officials there. They're going up to certain homes, knocking on doors, some carrying paperwork. President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, was boots on the ground here in Chicago, overseeing operations alongside federal agents as those raids started, targeting first undocumented immigrants with criminal records. And Chicago, as we know, is one of many major cities nationwide that's being targeted, all part of the Trump administration's immigration enforcement. Just yesterday alone, ICE arresting more than 950 immigrants across the country, with more than 500 detained. So I'd like to welcome back Ben Bradley, anchor and investigative reporter with our Chicago affiliate WGN TV. Ben, great to see you again. With just over the last hour, there's a Chicago area church declaring itself a sanctuary for those who are trying to flee being deported. I'd like to listen to some of what they had to say.
This is a house of prayer for all people, a house where people can find refuge and strength. And we are gathered here with so many friends, so many points of light in this present darkness. We know that our battle, our struggle that we are on, we don't know how it's going to turn out, but we know that what we do counts for everything.
You know, and there's so much reaction already, Ben, to people agreeing with this, cheering this on. There's also a lot of fear on the other side of things. What are you hearing from within Chicago communities about these raids?
I mean, there is a lot of concern and fear, but I have to tell you, Nichole, here in Chicago, it feels a little bit like a reality TV show is being filmed on the streets with humans as the players in this. And I say that only because the media has not had access to ICE's operations. We hear about them, we send crews. It's Dr. Phil who's on the streets with ICE over the weekend, including some of Donald Trump's top border officials. And we're having to get some of our information from Dr. Phil about an issue that is impacting all of America. You know, we don't know, for example, how many arrests happened in Chicago. ICE putting out that national number of about 950 arrests. We don't know how many of those occurred here in Chicago. The Biden administration, I'm told, averaged about 310 ICE arrests a day across the country. So the real question we have here in Chicago is, help us understand who's being arrested and how this compares to a typical day, because it's very easy to bring in national media or Dr. Phil or post pictures on Twitter talking about this. It's hard to have the perspective, though, of just how big this operation is.
Yeah, so Ben, I'd like to talk more about that, because we know that the border czar, Tom Homan, he was here in Chicago. He, was joined by this special guest of Dr. Phil, a TV host, but yet there are these claims of misinformation, claims that the media is not informing the people. But do we know if the government is going to be more forthcoming? Because it is difficult to inform if you're not being told.
Yeah, and picture that, me as a reporter, am I going to be quoting Dr. Phil as a source about ICE raids? It was Dr. Phil who first put out the information saying, the first ICE arrest in Chicago was a guy from Thailand who was a convicted sex offender. I have no doubt that ICE is going after people with convictions. They say they're going after, people with violent backgrounds, but some others might be swept up in these raids. But, I don't understand why ICE and the Trump administration doesn't have people in each city standing in front of cameras saying, here's what's happened in the last 24 hours in your city, and here's why we think this is good and makes America safer again. I, as a reporter, can't use Dr. Phil as my source of information.
Yeah, and there is going to be much more to talk about on this. Ben Bradley, great to have you back. Thank you so much for your time.
Always.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.